move files to folders based on file extension. Say we have file, PDF file, doc file, Excel files, or text files. So based on file extension like .pdf, .docx, .xlsx, or .txt. So based on the file extension, we'll move this file to the PDF folder, doc folder, or Excel folder. We can do this automation through Power Automate or macro. In this example, we will see how can we move files to folder based on the macro. So here we have some things. We have folder for doc files, Excel, Notepad means txt, text file, PDF file, and source file. So first we see what is in our source folder. So we have some sample document file, Word file, sample Excel file, Notepad txt file. Okay, so now based on this extension, so all the documents file will move to doc files here, and all the Excel file will move to here, Excel folder. Okay, so we open our macro Excel file. Here we need to give something. For example, first we give all the folder path. First we get the source file path. Source, so our source, this is our source folder. So get the folder path. So select, shift right click, copy as path, and paste in the cell C3. Same way we take the Excel folder path, this one Excel files, select, shift right click, copy as path, paste in the Excel files folder path. Same way we give the doc folder path. So macro will move the documents file to this folder, select, shift right click, copy as path. For text and PDF file, do the same thing, give to the specific cell, macro will read this cell. So for the PDF, select, shift right click, PS path, and put in the PDF folder, cell C7. So here in this macro will move only Excel file, doc file, text file. So 4 types of file we will move to respective folder. Now how to create the macro, we will see detail from the very scratch in the later of this video. We have an existing macro and develop and save in paste in our developer tab and Visual Basic. So this is our macro. First we run this macro and see the result. Then later on we develop the macro again with the help of AI and create our very own new file to run the macro again. Now we run the macro to move the files to respective folders of files moved based on extension. So check our, so we don't have anything in the source folder now because everything moved to respective folder. Check the doc files folder. So here we see all the docx files are there. So all the Excel files in the Excel folder. So same way all the text files in the notepad folders and all the PDF files in the PDF folders. Now with the help of AI, we will generate the macro from the very beginning and create a macro enabled Excel file and paste our macro there and run the whole automation again. So I have a prompt here to place in the cloud that I need a VBA macro automatically source file event folders based on the file extension. So our extension is .pdf, .txt, .docx, and XLSX. So here we need to mention something that important. We need to mention in the prompt that we have a macro sheet. So in our original macro sheet, we have a your sheet name should be macro and And in the cell C3 we will provide our source folder where all our source files located. Cell C4, this is the destination folder of Excel file. Cell C5, so we need to mention that we will provide the file path or folder path um, of Excel files, PDF files, text files in the respective cells, so that macro will code mention this cells accordingly. And here are the, it may be XLS, XLS, XLSX or XLM, whatever may be, they take as an Excel file. So other uh, file extensions are there. Now I take these as take this and copy in our Claude. So I have a Claude open here. So I already paste this and run this macro, but I will paste again to run it. Say um, give me code here to copy, just generate and we'll copy it. Yeah, so let it complete. Okay, so our code is here. We will take this a little bit later. We first create a new Excel file and save as macro enable file. Just take a new file, save as macro enabled Excel macro enabled workbook, and select our folder where we want to save it. So here actually in this folder I want to save this one. I say macro for example, okay, and this macro enabled workbook. Now first we need to rename our sheet. We need to give our sheet where our all the file paths are there. So we need to name this sheet as macro, and we also place our all the file path here. So I already have it here. I don't copy. I just copy from here and paste it here, so that in the cell C3 we have our source folder path and other folder paths are here. Okay. Now I close my original macro so that it will. We have only one macro enable Excel file here. Now go to the developer tab, Visual Basic, and click on the macro tab and go to the Claude to take the code what we generated. This is the latest code, and go there and paste it here and save. Now we'll create a button here or shape here so that we can run macro directly from here. Not we don't need to go to the developer tab again and again. So to create a shape here, I go to the insert shapes, shape here, and I say run macro. Okay, now we assign the macro in this shape. Just click on here and right click, assign macro. We have our macro just is saved. Okay, now our file is now ready to run macro and hit macro now. So file have been moved based on extensions, and we can go here and we see our source file, nothing is here, and all the files, doc files will be saved here, Excel files here. So all the files based on their extensions saved on their respective folder. Thank you.